Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Saturday edition of Live Wire Sports Media. I have to get to this one. Now, I did not watch the Phoenix Mercury and New York Liberty Game 3 of the WNBA first round playoffs, but I kept track of it. And me, for all sense and purpose reasons, I wanted New York to win. But for some reason, man, after all the offseason moves that this team has made and trying to get back to the finals, trying to be the first team to, since the Aces, to repeat as champion, the ball didn't bounce in their favor, man. This team has looked, if you think about it, ever since Jacquel Jones had got injured early in the season, this team been on a spiral. This team has been on a spiral, and you can see it. And then one injury after another, one injury after another. Sabrina Ionescu, you know what I'm saying? Then in the playoff, Breonna Stewart. Now, this to me, I'm gonna say something to y'all. Y'all might overlook. I think the key factor of New York losing was when they lost Delaney Hamilton early on. When I think before the season started, I'm not sure, but I think her defensive presence is what helped New York last year. You know what I'm saying? She's able to play hard defense. To me, I felt like her defense on Satu or DeWanna Bonner or even the AT would have helped dramatically to do. I said this before. Ever since they signed Emma Missamon, I think that hurt the chemistry even more. I think they could have found a viable piece that is more defensively, not offensively. I think New York had more. They had enough offense. I think they needed more defense to me. I think if you had added a piece in your front court for defensive purpose or come off the bench, I think that would have helped more. I think Leonie Fevich, and shout out to Mick Hoops because I'm gonna signal out this for you. It's not a hate or nothing, but dude, stop hyping up these players. I think Emma is good. She just looks slow. She looked out of sorts. I think New York was never a fit for her. I think she could have went to Minnesota, would have been a better fit, come off the bench. I think she could have went to Indiana to help this Indiana team with all the injuries they had. She just never been a great fit for New York. It seemed like it slew that offense down when she's on the floor. She can't move. She's not fast. She's a big body. She doesn't seem to navigate well. I think her signing hurt Marine Johannes a little bit because her minutes got cut down. That's a person that you could have probably used better to facilitate the offense a little bit, maneuver, because the way she shoots and stuff like that, the way she passes. Kennedy Burke, she didn't show up at all. She didn't play well at all. But there's a lot of factors to this. But I do believe, but Laney Hamilton, her injury hurt them. That was a defensive person. Her defense, she's played really great defense. And I just feel like at the end of the day, they missed that. They missed that defensive presence. They didn't need no offense at all. And even though they won game one, they still struggle to win game one. They barely win game one. Then they didn't even show up at home. They got the doors blown off them. Then game three, it's from what I have heard, Jacquel Jones didn't even show up. I think Jacquel Jones ready to move on from New York. I just feel like I don't even want to talk about CBA and if the season gonna come next year. I'm just gonna say it like this: 2026 season. I don't see Jacqueline Jones playing in New York. I think she wants out. To be honest with you, I think she wants out. I think it's too much star power there for everybody. It's not enough ball to go around. You know what I'm saying? And I think Jacqueline Jones need a fresh start. I think she's an MVP. Her performance this series, it was bad. It was totally bad. And I like Jacqueline Jones. To me, I think she would have been a person. To me, I would love to see her in Indiana next year. I if she's a free agent, I would love to see her in Indiana. I think her have replacing her, replacing Natasha Howard with her will be the best move because therefore you have her and um Leah Boston in the front court. That's something I could get down with. But I'll talk more about that later on down the line. But anyway, let's look at some box scores for New York real quick. Hmm. So this team, so Breonna Stewart, she went off. She had, I mean, from the free throw line, we know she's a free throw line merchant. Um, she was 12 for 15, two from three from the three, 8 from 17 from the field. She got 5 fouls, but she had 30 points. She had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. She really put the team on her back. Natasha Howard, for her always running her mouth all the time, she didn't show up in the game. And she looked, to me, on Natasha Cloud, I mean, not Natasha Howard, but Natasha Cloud, she's old. She's getting old. She's slow too. Leona Fibich, who came out the same draft as Caitlin Clark, and they rated about her as some defensive specialist. I didn't see it last year, and I think she regressed. To me, I feel like she regressed. Um, and she only had 3 points. She had 1 foul. She she don't even take shots. Last year, she was taking a lot of them threes. That's what I'm saying. To me, I feel like they just had too much firepower, man, and it's not good. Rebecca Gardner, Isabel Harrison shouldn't have been on the team. I think they should have used Stephanie Tolbert more. I think they should have used Marine Johannes more. You know what I'm saying? All of these DMPs, and Emma Misselman, 9 minutes, no points in the game, only 2 free throws. And then if she's slow, and you gotta, and honestly, you gotta give a lot of credit to Phoenix. Phoenix put they put a good team together because you know why. And I'm always the person that always say this: bench play means more than anything in the playoffs. If your bench could come alive, that's going to help you from every angle, especially when your starters are struggling. The bench for Phoenix had Sammy Wickham. I like her. I thought they was gonna cut her this season when they got the Wanda Bonner, and I really wanted her if she got cut. I think she'd have been lethal for the bench for the Indiana Fever. You look at it. Um, they only played 8 deep. They went 8 deep. Catherine Westbell, she gets hot every now and then. The Wanda Bonner only had 4 points. If you could slow down Sammy Whitball, you have a chance to beat Phoenix. Satu had 23. She showed up for the last 2 games. Khalil Copper, 12 points. Lisa Thomas, a triple double. You know what I'm saying? Triple double. So you take it as this. The starters did a job. Natasha Mack didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you look at this. You got 16, 20 points off your bench. You're not gonna beat nobody like that. And if Emma Misselma can give you no points and Rebecca Gardner can't, and Kenny Burke only gave you 8, you ain't winning. You could have literally gave Rebecca Gardner Marine Johannes minutes. You could have easily slipped in some cut Kennedy Burke minutes back and gave it to Stephanie Tolbert. You could have threw more bodies on at Phoenix, but you didn't. New New York only trailed the second quarter. I mean, they only won the second quarter and the third quarter. They bad quarters was the first and the fourth. You ain't gonna win games like that. You just not gonna win games like that. And to be honest with you, this is probably one of the most choke job playoffs that you ever seen from a defending champion. I mean, New York, like I said, for what all they did, went out there and get all of this talent to buff up. And they made, and everybody was saying, oh, they're going to win the championship. They're going to win it. They got this person. They got this. But guess what? When you have just a great supporting cast, and that's what, to me, I just feel like New York didn't have it. They didn't have a great supporting cast. They had all the talent in the front court. I mean, on the starting five, but they didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? And to me, having Natasha Cloud and Sabrina Ionescu, like I guess Sabrina Ionescu was more of the two guard and Natasha Cloud was the point. But you got Natasha Cloud, she scores too, but she gets erratic at times. She gets erratic. And to me, I feel like she was never a great fit for New York. I hate to be honest with you. I think Stephanie Tolbert could have ran the point and be a better distributor and have a better shot selection for this group. But it's what it is now. But let's look at what Stewie them had to say about the laws.
What would you say to those who question whether Sandy should be here next year to coach you guys again?
What the fuck?
I'm not saying I questioned it. There's just some people that do.
I mean, to anybody that kind of questions Sandy being here, like, this is a resilient group, and she has our back and we have hers. And the way that she continued to kind of, I don't know, deal with the cards she was dealt, like, was incredible. It wasn't easy for anybody, but she came in every day with a positive attitude and a mindset to put us in our best positions possible and best foot forward. So we're not going to be a team that points fingers. You know, there's a lot of us that could have done better this season, but we're still going to fight and show up for each other every single day. And I think that's what's the most important part. So we have Sandy's back.
But and the main thing about that is that they a lot of people was questioning Sandy Bardello coming back. Now here's a little clip of it was asking, I guess, Stewie to making sure that Sabrina Ionescu comes back.
How do you kind of view where the team is at right now?
Well, I'm coming back.
Yeah. How do you kind of view where the team is at right now?
That right there from Sabrina Ionescu, she's not sure if she want to come back. I think she wants to me, if I'm outside looking in, Breonna Stewart say, yeah, I'm coming back. They was looking at Sabrina like, and she's like, yeah. That right there tells me she's going to weigh her options in the off season. I think she probably wants to be. She done got a championship. She might want to go to Portland, and that's another thing. Excuse me. That's another thing that I've been saying too. What Portland being a expansion team next year, if Phoenix does not core Satu, well, they all free agents. So, but if Phoenix doesn't bring Satu Sabli back, and if Sabrina Ionescu leaves to go to Portland, Satu Sabli leaving Phoenix. She wants to play with Sabrina Ionescu. She's made it known. They made it known that they want to play with each other. This is going to be the perfect opportunity for both of them to leave a franchise to start. They have a franchise of their own to play together for a long period of time. Just watch that. Watch that in the off season. But to me, this is very disappointing for the New York Liberty, who put a team together and actually was supposed to win it all. But sometimes, sometimes it's just one of those things that you could put an all-star team together, but if you just have the right team, you could win games. And Phoenix, to me, like I said, I don't like Phoenix. I don't like AT. I don't like DeWanna Bonner. I don't like Santu Salvi. But they put a team around them. You know what I'm saying? They put a team around them of shooters that could get hot. And I watched them early in the season when they started playing like that. But now they have to go against Minnesota, and that's not going to be a tall, easy task for Phoenix. It's not. They'd be glad. And if they don't win 2 games in Minnesota, at least win 1 game in Minnesota, that series pretty much was going to be over, because it's going to be hard to win a game at home and try to win another game at home. And it's not going to be easy. But let me know what y'all think about New York tragic ending for not repeating. I think it's one of the biggest choke jobs in sports. I mean, getting knocked out the first round when you did all of these free agency moves, it's just a bad look. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next ep, you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.